Legend War here, and today we've got a 7-year disaster battle playing as the Golden Order, going up against the Vampire accounts. Yeah, that's a really uncommon matchup. Okay, so we've got pretty early game armies, loads of crossbows, some spearmen, mortars, settlement garrison there, so it's across 2 armies. Okay, and they have it's a similar sort of matchup here, like we're just using pretty standardized armies versus standardized armies. It's only turn 40-ish. Alright, so what I'm thinking with this situation here, right, is that this army here is under attack, but it'll take some time for Balthazar Gelt to show up. If I don't control large army, the mortars won't show up, which we really need at the start. Yeah, I think we'd struggle dealing with the first army is mostly just infantry, and Balthazar Gelt, like I said, still in the early game, so he's not on Quicksilver. It makes such a big difference when he's on Quicksilver. I actually think it might be better if we actually withdraw this guy, because it's not going to withdraw Balthazar Gelt. So if Balthazar Gelt gets attacked, that would actually be better. That way we can deploy with a full army right off the bat. It makes a big difference. So let's retreat from this one and see if they gets attacked again. Oh, he withdrew a fair distance. Okay, Balthazar Gelt's coming in this time. The other army isn't, but Helman Gorst isn't showing up. Okay, this is sort of like what I keep saying to people, that if you weaken your army, the AI will underestimate you. They'll only send as much as what they think they need to. Also, there's a possibility that Helman Gorst was on forced march and couldn't make it anyway. So I think that was actually quite a worthy trade-off. Okay. Alright, so now we just have 2 armies versus 2 armies. Now, the garrison isn't as good as our army here, probably. But the garrison also doesn't matter, because if it gets completely wiped out, well, it'll just recover, as long as we win, that is. So this is one of those occasions where it's actually better, I think, to control a large army. We have the garrison come in and just stand in front of our troops, basically, so that our crossbows can actually... well, so that our army can be protected. But we're still up against a fair amount of force, but we'll see how we go here. But yeah, just kicking that guy out, I think that made a big difference. Because you don't always need to stand and fight if it's not a favorable engagement. As long as you actually have that option to withdraw. Because yeah, sometimes having like one lord stand in front of a big army and then that army gets attacked, the one lord, and having your entire army come in over time can actually be bad, especially if that army's got lots of artillery in it, because artillery you want to get set up straight away with the deployment time. Okay. This is a decent position here. I think we can make use of it. And yeah, just let the garrison get wrecked. I'll need to move back, but I think we'll have time, because they'll want to get their shit together. I'm assuming. Okay, let's see if we can get the mortars to there. We don't want to go too wide, because that'll mean they'll eat through our army quicker that way. Yeah. Yeah, when the enemy has like a melee advantage, you want to the wider you make your line, it just means you're going to, die quicker. So you want to use tighter formations. But if we go over to here, that's actually not too bad for mortars, I suppose. Try and get a little bit further back. We got a bit more time. Alright, how are we going with this stuff? 4 winds of magic. Oh well, that's all we got. Alright, we got another mortar over here. Just bring it in. Okay, with the cavalry. They've got cavalry of their own, they're faster. Man, I hate Empire Knights, they're such rubbish. But if we can try to get some of their units to just chase after them, because they just have no killing potential, that would help. So yeah, if these guys here could just hold the line. This is maybe a bit too tight. Should probably spread out a little bit. But yeah, I hate Empire Knights. 66 speed is just unacceptable for them. They're so tactically like, just terrible. They just can't do anything. God, they're just fucking rubbish. Absolute rubbish. Possibly one of the most rubbish units in the game, period. Okay, get a few shots off over here. Yeah, actually, they'll do okay against crypt horrors. Sorry, not crypt ghouls. See if we can lure them away a little bit. Still getting set up. So are they. What's that cost? 4. Okay. Probably not going to do a ton of damage, but yeah. Every little bit counts. The fact they're coming at us in waves is really good. Empire Captain over here. That would be good to. Oh, go after the corpse cart. That would be good, I think. My biggest concern now is that these guys here are just going to rout really early. Because you can't rely on Empire infantry too much. But we'll see how we go. So having the heroes tank a little bit at the start can make a big difference. Oh, maybe I should have cast there. I still can. Get out of that. They won't be able to beat the Black Knights, but maybe if 2 units of Empire Knights go up against it, they might stand a little bit of chance. Okay, and yeah, we don't want Gelt staying in there and prolonged combat for too long. Ah, you got caught. Too slow. That's it. Just lure it away. Lure it away. So these guys here don't have to deal with as much. Good, decent blob forming up there. Yeah, just keep running. I can't beat them in melee. There's no chance in hell. All I can hope to do is distract them. I guess they're just a completely inept unit. Alright, guns are shooting at some stuff. Gotta be careful though, because they're not gonna be able to shoot in that angle. Yeah, have some guys come out over that way. Bounce power's not amazing, but I'm not feeling too bad about this because they've still got a lot of units that aren't even on the battle, like aren't even over here yet. Okay, you've done about as well as you can. Try to get out of there. How the handguns go? Yeah, they're shooting at stuff. Where did Gelt go? Okay, yeah, he's safe. Okay, maybe have the gun actually come around over here a little bit. Okay, Searing Doom's pretty good against cavalry if they're gonna pile up on us over here. Good work. Ugh. Yeah, front line is faltering a little bit. Okay, mortars, start aiming at all this shit coming in over here, because that's worth a fair bit of bounce of power. Come on, Gelt, need you to cast faster. Okay, let's go, come back. Hopefully that does well. Still just try to keep this guy, keep some of their units busy as long as possible though. We're starting to get a little bit overrun over here. I think we're okay. Bounce of power has improved. It's now in our favor, just ever so slightly. But I'm pretty concerned about the cavalry overrunning us here. Good, keep getting some guys over here to distract them. Really want to smack down on those Grave Guard here. Bounce power's looking okay. Main thing here is, of course, try to make sure that the garrison takes the most damage. That's why we put them out up front. That guy's part of the garrison. Doesn't matter if he lives or dies. This guy's getting some kills. Cool. Gelt's got a decent number of kills. Yep, smash out those grave guard. Good, good, good. Really wish it was one Winds of Magic, but, you know, early game sort of stuff, he needs to level up first. Yeah, it's a bit disruptive when they come in and do this sort of stuff, but they're not really doing much damage. Our guys over here are just barely holding. Ah, damn it, they got at the artillery there. Oh, damn it. Fucking broke. And since we're right at the edge of the map. Yeah, that one left the battlefield. Still, bounce powers in our favor. Alright, we got a Balefire coming in, and if we want to cast any more spells, we really need to make sure that that doesn't get in too close, because it'll wreck our spell casting ability. Also, it's worth a lot of bounce of power, so shooting at it. There's the army losses. We got them. So, looks like we took a ton of damage, but let's see how much the main army actually took. I don't think it was that much. I think sending the cavalry that ran out over that way and luring one of their knights away was actually really useful just to buy some time, because these guys have absolutely no killing potential. I really can't stress just how bad of a unit Empire Knights are. But you know, had them. It's not like I had a choice. Okay, and yeah, the main army barely took any damage. The garrison took 50%. We still got a heroic victory. Bit of damage here and there, but no units got wiped out. I think that's the one that routed. Yeah, I think we should take the money. And now you should be able to take these guys out here with no real trouble. And all we had to do, really, it improved our chances to have fewer troops. Because this guy here just wasn't helping from that situation. Yeah, look, Ghost, he must have used up all of his movement. Alright, do you have Lightning Strike? No, I wasn't expecting you to. Actually, one more battle and you got Quicksilver there. Get yourself... Probably shouldn't have done Pistol Corps. You really do need to get to Arcane Conduit as quickly as possible. Look, I'm not going to level up your characters for you. That's up to you what to do. Obviously, the replenishment rate wasn't amazing. I will not. But yeah, if you attack this one here first, you'll still get a chance to attack this one. I don't think you got any... Yeah, you don't have any Lightning Strikers. And these two here can't withdraw. But if you attack and win here against this two, they'll both get wiped out, and then you can get another battle out of it. So you might even be able to get Gelt to rank 17 at the end of this turn. And you might even be able to get to the Moot as well. If you have a look at their strength ranking, they've got 13 units sitting in there. Right. It might be in your best interest, actually. Oh god, it'll be a close one. If Gelt reinforces so that you can get to the Moot, because by taking out all of these armies here and then also taking out the Moot would be really good. This one here should be able to take out that one by himself. So yeah, let me just quick save it because it wasn't on legendary difficulty. Ooh, I don't like that Imperial Authority. You've been doing too many confederations? -3. If I had to guess who you confederated, I'd say it was probably either... I'd say it was Wissenland, because Wissenland starts off with really low fealty. No, no, you confederate Averland, because Wissenland started off with really low fealty, so it's very unlikely you would have confederated them. But you... Right. Probably shouldn't have confederated them, because otherwise you would have just been in stagnant, which is actually much better than this position here. But you've got a couple of them that are at 10 fealty, so that's pretty good. Yeah, usually what I prefer to do with Wissenland is actually go to war with them. Drop their fealty down, let them declare war on me, so you don't actually lose any fealty. But if possible, leave them with just one settlement, just capture Nuln, and then just build their thing back up. So we saved it. So what we want to do here is just try to make sure we just use up the absolute bare minimum movement.
Step to it.
So that, okay, he's still got enough movement to get there.
I go where the
And then you send him down here.
By Sigma!
Ooh, yeah. I'll send the save file that I just sent, but just using this as an example of what to do. Take them out. But then Balthazar Gelt doesn't get Hillman Gorse trait. Oh yes, poison attack is very useful for a wizard.
Guided by Sigma.
Yeah. Then this one here takes this one out. Of course, you would probably want to fight these battles manually so that your melee infantry doesn't get wiped out.
Forward. In his
Then, being super aggressive, go straight for here where we found Manfred von Backstabberstein.
Ever vigilant.
And bring him in to assist.
So,
And there you go. And with that, crippled the vampire counts. They have no armies left. Absolutely none. Sure, we lose a few melee infantry, you know, and to that I say, who cares? You can easily replace them with just regular spearmen. Obviously, the spearmen with shields are better, but it's also good now that you've got this opportunity to just make a beeline to Drakenhof before they build back up. Your armies are strong enough, even in this damaged state here, to get over there and capture it. And you could probably, you know, take a bunch of settlements on the way. Well, actually, you should definitely do that. Get even more experience. You've got access to Quicksilver now, which is really bloody good. Get yourself Lawmaster of Metal in Quicksilver. See if next turn you get this guy here to capture Fort Oberstar. I doubt that Gelt would be able to reach Tempelhof next turn, but if we have a look, you could send him actually to Schwarzhofen. It's only 5 units there, so he'll be able to beat that. Then send Gelt to Fort Oberstar, then Castle Tempelhof. Have this guy, you know, recruit from here, and then send from Tempelhof. Gelt, go besiege Drakenhof, and this one force march over to there, and that basically defeats the vampire count. So you're in a really good position now with that. Really, really good position. And at turn 42, that's a good place to be, I think. But anyway, I'll send him the save file from there. If he wants to do that, he totally can. If he doesn't want to do that, then he doesn't have to. But I would highly recommend doing what I did there, except fight those battles manually so that you don't have to lose all those spearmen units. Because when you've got a mostly missile unit army and you have a couple of melee infantry, the melee infantry take damage first. Who would have thought that melee infantry is not very good in this game? They get smashed in auto resolve. Unless you have like an entirely melee army, then, you know, it spreads out fairly evenly, assuming you're going to win. Anyway, that's the end of this one here, guys. Hope you learned something. Hope you enjoyed it. Sometimes it's best to not have a larger army, you know, just sometimes best to pull some troops back for a more favorable position. Anyway, that's the end of this one. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you next time, fuckers. Bye.